Today on Inside the Industry, we chat with a man who is one of the forerunners of gospel dancehall. He hails from Jamaica, but he's based in Florida right now. We're talking about none other than the man, Mr. Gallimore. Keep it right here. I'm Marcus Romero, and you're watching Caribbean Gospel TV.
It's not over.
Gallimore Ministry presents Gospel to the World, featuring
I learned my lesson now.
gospel greats like Papa Son, Prodigal Son, Minister Marion Hall, formerly Lady Song,
There's a room in my house reserved for Jesus. Hey!
Mr. Gallimore, Shepherd, Carrie Diamond, AG Icon, with MC Princess Nikki B. Gospel to the World, Sunday, August 14th. Doors open at 6 p.m. Showtime is at 7 p.m. at the Royal Palm Beach Cultural Center in Royal Palm Beach, Florida. Tickets are $40 pre-sold and $50 at the door. Purchase tickets online now. GospelToTheWorld.eventbrite.com.
Make me smile again.
For more information, call 561-563-1969. Sponsored by Gallimore Motor Group,
Monarch Health Services,
and Pocket Church.
Gospel to the World.
Caribbean Gospel TV, the official station for Gospel to the World. Would you like to speak to us about your event coverage, interviews, or sponsorship? Email us at marcus@tehilamedia.com or WhatsApp us at 1-868-71-MEDIA. That's 1-868-716-3342. Are you looking for high-quality production services for music videos, commercials, or other video content? Then email sales@tmcaribbean.com. We offer special video production rates on Christian content and Caribbean videos. Email us today, sales@tmcaribbean.com.
Baby molester, child killer, internet freak. How much can a child be a threat? You have to use guns and knives. You mean unto your shadows innocent faces you still went and take their life. What you want to tell God? Some of you have the nerves, but Batman, God you deserve. You do a pedophiles where I people picnic, stop it, you little perv. This is a public announcement, everybody here, this a doctor will pick me. How much will it beer? We check the eyes, get me if you disappear from it, not for your picnic, it's like you know here. Suppose I get a call from Market Square. Police up in the case and come down here. Them just shove your son lunch pan and bus fare. Take him khaki, left him in a pure underwear. Your little sister body just found. Check out from Market Street to downtown. Little picnic, you don't even reach 40 pound yet them find a rape gag and pound. How much can a child be a threat? You have to use guns and knives. You mean how do your shadows innocent faces you still went and take your. You are gonna tell God. Some of you have the nerves, but Batman, God you deserve. For those pedophiles where your eyes people pick me, stop it, you little perv. Hold on, this thing I get out of hand. From 10 years old, you seek satisfaction. I tell me, you don't see nothing wrong. Personally speaking, you deserve it hang on. DJ still a sing gun song. When crime a plague the nation, then the better them contribution. Jesus, come with the solution. How much can a child be a threat? You have to use guns and knives. You mean how do your shadows innocent faces you still went and take fear? How you want to tell God? Some of you have the nerves, but Batman, God you deserve. We do a pedophiles where your eyes people picnic, stop it, you little perv. Mustn't just sitting thing. Schoolgirls you're linking, every little picnic pass I winking. Big man, your attitude stinking. I look schoolgirl for the terror in a pimping. Look good at things that this a Hollywood. I look the porn star in a my neighborhood. Promoting adultery, artists and lust. Before you get your picnic them people that fuck. How much can a child be a threat? You have to use guns and knives. You mean how do your shadows innocent faces still went and take fear? How are you gonna tell God? Some of you have the nerves for Batman, God you deserve. For those pedophiles where your eyes people picnic, stop it, you little perv. This is if you disappear from it, not be your picnic. It's like you know here. The pussy get a call from Market Street Square. Police up in the case and come down here. Them just shove your son lunch pan a bus fare. Take him khaki, left him in a pure underwear. The little sister body just home. Take her from Market Street to downtown. Little picnic, don't even reach 40 pounds yet them find a rape, they gone pound. How much can a child be a threat? You have to use guns and knives. You mean how do you start those innocent faces you still went and take here? How do you are gonna tell God? Some of you have the nerves, but Batman, God you deserve. For those pedophiles where your eyes people fit me, stop it, you little perv. How much can a child be a threat? You have to use guns and knives. You mean how do you start those innocent faces you still went and take here? How do you are gonna tell God? Some of you have the nerves, but Batman, God you deserve. For those pedophiles where your eyes people fit me, stop it, you little perv.
If you're in the Florida area sometime and you're looking for great Hot Wheels, well, you might come across this gentleman, and he is not just a guy who could get you great cars, but he can also minister to your soul. We're talking about the man, Mr. Gallimore. What's up, Regin?
Blessing. It's a pleasure, you know.
Pleasure having you on board, man. Welcome to Inside the Industry. Now, we have a big event coming up very soon to Florida. And I mean, I know it's not the first of its kind, but Gospel to the World we're talking about.
Well, next week, Sunday, it's the 14th of August. We have
Right.
Gospel to the World. It's a concept that I went to bed one night, you know, and I wake up in the morning early, like some 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. You know, it reminds me of when the Lord will bring like a concept for me for a song.
Right.
He just gave me this concept and he said, Gospel to the World. And I get up with it and I call one of my prayer partners and I say, hey, I just get up and I just hear a voice saying gospel to the world.
Right.
And I decided that I'm going to start a concert, a series of events called Gospel to the World, where we're going to bring back the hardcore gospel DJs, them that, you know, who have been not, they have been like low key on the scene, you know.
Right.
So you notice the lineup is a little different. It's not so much the regular traditional artists that sing the choruses and those type of things. So, you know, and involve everybody, but I just, you know, want to start it off with some of the guys and that, you know, who people, you know, undermine at times, and, you know, the effectiveness of, you know, the ministry. Because I started out in the ministry in 1997, back in Jamaica.
Right.
When we used to have like Fun in the Sun, Gospel Train on those days.
We don't care which area you lead. It's not about the many hungry when your feet get so deep. We are going to come down your speed and deliver you from this spirit of greed. You give others we take life. When you say one never take life. If you don't keep back and start check life, turn a little man, you over check life. Yo, get up the house and
the pastors used to have like outreach ministry. They would have like a DJ, like it would be like a Prodigal Son, or Moses, or a Papa Son. The Main Street crew, which consists of Shebel Franklin, Gaddy, Bisa Gallimore, Prodigal Son, Moses.
Yes.
6 of us and the young. And we would go out into some of the most dangerous garrisons, as you call them, ghetto. And we would bring in the hardcore farm, and when the community hear the sound of the reggae beat, that is what pull the mass, the people that would normally listen to the Bounty Killer, the Sizzle, and those guys. So we had we played a great role in bringing the hardcore gospel to the church.
Mozab, you have one of the most unique voices when it comes to gospel dancehall. I mean, you could hear Gallimore anywhere and know that is Mr. Gallimore. There's no doubt about it. Your voice is kind of uncomparable to anyone that I have ever heard. And I mean, I know the sentiments are shared by many. And you have one of the most unique voices and original voices when it comes to the gospel dancehall. And I mean, you guys have really pioneered a movement, beginning in the days of like the Yo compilations with the mainstream records. That whole street gospel, as they would have called it back in the day, really pioneered a new movement, a really new and a fresh movement for a whole generation of gospel music. And even today, I mean, it really, broke out of the barriers and another new ground as far as ministry and music is concerned, So you guys have really pioneered and charted that in a very dynamic and very powerful way. I mean, not just the militant style, but you guys had a way of chanting the hardcore flow of dancehall, but still bringing that real unadulterated gospel to the streets, as they would say. A lot of people might not know, but you and Moses were a group at one point, right?
Yeah, we started out as a group because of our initial Kemar Gallimore Casting Grant.
KGs. Right.
So they used to call us the KGs. Our first recording was done on Ziggy Soul's album as KGs, and we used to have a song called Big Him Up. And then, we decided we're going to come into our own because, we get more mature now, and Danny Browning signed us, and, we needed artists. So we say, hey, Gallimore is very talented, Moses is very talented. Let's,
Yes.
And, they created a name for Cassim Grant and gave him Moses because he's a person that he shows himself to be a good leader. He likes to talk more than everybody, and so we're going to call him Moses.
Right.
And they said, hey, what we're gonna call you? They were messing around, so we're gonna call Gallimore Aaron, and I said no. So I just named Gallimore, and from there it's been we've been going on, and Gospel to the World is now a continuation of that. You understand?
Right.
Yes, so it's just we now regrouping again, and we're putting together a strong team, and we're gonna be doing a lot more work in the kingdom.
Would you like to speak to us about your event coverage, interviews, or sponsorship? Email us at marcus@tehillah.media.com or WhatsApp us at 1-868-71-MEDIA. That's 1-868-716-3342.
It's not over.
Kemar Gallimore Ministry presents Gospel to the World, featuring
I learned my lesson now. I learned my lesson now.
gospel greats like Papa Son, Prodigal Son, Minister Marion Hall, formerly Lady Song,
There's a room in my house reserved for Jesus. Hey!
Mr. Gallimore, Shepherd, Carrie Diamond, AG Icon, with MC Princess Nikki B. Gospel to the World, Sunday, August 14th. Doors open at 6 p.m. Showtime is at 7 p.m. at the Royal Palm Beach Cultural Center in Royal Palm Beach, Florida. Tickets are $40 pre-sold and $50 at the door. Purchase tickets online now. GospelToTheWorld.eventbrite.com.
Make me smile again.
For more information, call 561-563-1969. Sponsored by Gallimore Motor Group,
Monarch Health Services, and Pocket Church.
Gospel to the World.
Caribbean Gospel TV, the official station for Gospel to the World.
Is this installment of Gospel to the World the first of its kind, or have you had this vision some time now?
Well, I had it some time ago to do something like this, but the Lord is just giving me the right concept, the right way. It's like, now is the time. Because sometimes the Lord will give you, but it's not for you to move on it right away. But I feel like the time is now. It is needed. When you check on a weekend, you have like the secular world, you have like 5-6 different events clashing on a Friday and a Saturday.
Yeah.
And there's nothing for Christian entertainment, Christian people. We have nowhere to go. So you find out that we end up in the clubs. You get what I'm saying? No, that has to change now. We are going to create, our own. We're going to create our own events, where our young people, when they get saved, they can come and have clean fun. They don't have to go in the environment of people smoking, all type of explicit and, the raggedy. So it's like God is, calling his people, set up a structure in place that, we can go out and minister and bring the souls in.
Let me ask you, when you chart a new course sometimes, when you're breaking new ground, you can be faced with opposition sometimes. You can be faced with some turbulence. What was the challenges back in the day when you guys started pioneering this whole gospel dancehall movement?
Well, the challenge we had was they're saying that the sound was a little bit too worldly. They would say it sounded too much like the world. We don't readily accept changes. So if they hear something that close, they say, oh, wow, that's the devil coming in. You know what I'm saying? So we used to get that.
Right.
Is when they heard us and heard or speak and heard our testimony and, realize that apart from just the talent that we do have a relationship with God. We have a connection with God. And that's the time they start to be receptive. Yes. Especially Moses, he had a powerful testimony at the time of how the Lord delivered him. He got shot, even flew through his head, stomach in his butt. It was just back in those days. And, we never stopped. First, right now I'm in Florida. The reason why people haven't, heard anything from me because I'm here. I own a car dealership here. That we do financing. But I'm first a child of God before a businessman. And that is my plan. So I use the dealership as a backbone, to support the ministry and the work of God. Wow. My giving back to the kingdom. To say, hey, let's, we're going to hasten the coming of the Lord by bringing the gospel to the four corners of the earth. And we're thinking of into the Caribbean as a tour also. We're going to dominate the US first, then we'll come to the Caribbean. We're going to take it all over. The vision is wide, it's big.
Excellent. Now, Gallimore, you have a very powerful testimony yourself. I understand that you were first into the Rastafarian religion before you got, found Christ. Tell us a little bit about how that transition happened for you, man.
Well, as I said, I born and grew up in a place called Rema, Trenchtown. You guys know that Trenchtown is very dominant with the Rastafarian religion. The famous Bob Marley, Robert Nesta Marley is from that area, so it's very strong in that area. So I grew up around that environment. So there were a time when I believed that Selassie was God because I used to go on the corner, listen to the Rasta chant and everything, and I got hooked. So when I dropped out of school, I was on the corner, hanging out with the guys. I didn't want to turn a gunman, so the most positive thing and influence I saw, it was the Rastafarian religion that I could hang around to help bring about some change in the community. However, Church on the Rock is an uptown church. Most people would call it the uptown rich church that would come down into the garrison, feed us and help us. They launched an outreach in the community of Rema, Trenchtown. And a friend of mine came to me and he said, Gallimore, you have a lot of pretty nice girls over there. You need to come take in. So, maybe you can get one of those girls. And I said, I'll go over there for one of them girls here. And I went into the Bible. Pretty girls there, they're all speaking in tongues. They were speaking a total different language. And as was word, he said that a natural man don't understand spiritual thing. I stepped into the Bible study and the preacher started to preach, what would the prophet a man to gain this world and lose the soul? And the message was so powerful. I put up my hand and asked for prayer. And that's when a seed was planted in my life. Right. Because I'm a musician, I learned the worship song so much till when I was having a show, I was singing some of those songs. And while I was in my shower, I felt something in my shower. It's not something that I can explain to you, something that you have to experience to know what exactly I'm talking about. It was in me. I started to utter praise unto God. I started to cry out unto God in ways that I've never done. I know that it's not me. I had to speak a totally different language. I realized that it was an intervention of the Holy Spirit saying to come out of that and come into this. And that's how my life was transformed. And I finally keep going back to the Bible study. And as the word is said, that coming unto the Father, let the Spirit of God draws him. So it was a pulling of God, saying to come out of that and come into the greatness of faith.
Yeah, wow. I mean, that's very powerful because, the testimony is what really brings the power to your music, that testimony that you have is what really empowers your message. And I mean, it's the anointing that brings you, not just your talent, not just your skill, but the anointing that comes behind it. So that real dynamic and powerful voice you have there, but the anointing really brings the change and brings the impact. And I mean, I know people have been kind of missing you on the scene a bit. I know you haven't been doing much recordings and music videos and so. But I mean, how do you keep connected and in tune with what is happening with the gospel dancehall scene? Is there any kind of relationship that you have with that still?
Yes, as I said, I'm always in touch. There are times when even I'm not on the front, I'm still behind the scene, helping sometimes young talents coming up, if I advise, I still I don't have to be, on the front. I'm not a person that has to be the artist for me to feel like I'm
right.
I'm as long as I'm, partake in the kingdom, in the move, I'm happy. You get what I'm saying? And that's just me. Like, if you notice, I'm an artist myself. I could take like 20, 30 into my personal career to say, hey, I want to launch myself out, to take myself to that next level. But God didn't tell me that. He said, invest money into gospel to the world. And, get a group of ministers. I can't do it by myself. And let us come together and build back that strong band, that unit. And as I take care of his, he take care of my business.
Excellent.
You understand what I'm saying? So
yeah, man. Because I see you've been doing a couple of different events from time to time. I see that you have a lot of different initiatives when it comes to the gospel. I mean, that is commendable. So I realize that you sort of take a position in terms of the ministry, sort of pushing other things forward and pushing other people forward. So that is, I would say, a humble approach as well. Because I mean, in the world, artists like to build themselves. They like to invest all that they have into their album and their single and themselves.
Exactly. So I'm not about myself. So that's the difference. That's what makes me different from,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The artist egotistic thing that they bring up, that's not a part of me. You know what I'm saying? If I want to be the artist thing,
right.
it's the resource and I have the talent and I have everything to do so if I choose. You know what I'm saying? But that's not
right. Yes.
I'm not interested in that.
You a watch me, me a watch me too. When God come, him now ask me about you, and you will not go ask about you. God I watch you a watch me, me now watch you. Me when you a watch me a watch me too. When Christ come, him now ask me about you, and you will not go ask about you.
Would you like to speak to us about your event coverage, interviews, or sponsorship? Email us at marcus@tehilamedia.com or WhatsApp us at 1-868-71-MEDIA. That's 1-868-716-3342.
It's not over.
Kamar Gallimore Ministry presents Gospel to the World, featuring
I learned my lesson now. I learned my lesson now.
gospel greats like Papa Son, Prodigal Son, Minister Marion Hall, formerly Lady Song,
There's a room in my house reserved for Jesus. Hey.
Mr. Gallimore, Shepherd, Carrie Diamond, AG Icon, with MC Princess Nikki B. Gospel to the World, Sunday, August 14th. Doors open at 6 p.m. Showtime is at 7 p.m. at the Royal Palm Beach Cultural Center in Royal Palm Beach, Florida. Tickets are $40 pre-sold and $50 at the door. Purchase tickets online now. GospelToTheWorld.eventbrite.com.
Make me smile again.
For more information, call 561-563-1969. Sponsored by Gallimore Motor Group,
Monarch Health Services, and Pocket Church.
Gospel to the World.
Caribbean Gospel TV, the official station for Gospel to the World.
People who want to support in some way. I mean, I know that there is a link on Eventbrite right now that they purchase tickets and make their contributions. So tell us a little more. I mean, how can people support Gospel to the World, the movement?
Well, as I said to you, it's an event that in Florida here we charge like $40 at the door. And, we don't turn back anybody, because there are a lot of people I give away tickets. It's not so much about the money, but, we need the funds in order to carry on the work of God so that we can have the next event, so we can be
right.
You understand what I'm saying? So,
right. Yes.
Even though you're going to be bringing it a free stream into the Caribbean, we ask that, everybody want to contribute, they can go to Gospel to the World, eventbrite.com. The link is going to be there, and I hope you flash it across the screen. You can purchase a ticket as that's fine enough. You're there watching the TV and you're enjoying the show. Just say, hey, man, I wish I could be there, but I like the move, I like the work that you're doing. I'm here in my comfort of my home enjoying this event. I'm going to still contribute. You can still purchase a ticket online. That's how you can contribute.
Excellent. I understand that you're looking to take the gospel to the world, to different regions and different places as well. So maybe someone looking on right now might be able to be instrumental in that movement, might be able to contribute to that movement somehow. How can they contact you maybe to make that connection?
Yeah, cell number, I'm in Florida. It's the Florida area code is Palm Beach area code is 561-563-1969. Again, 561-563-1969. They can just call me and tell me what they're about, we're open to partner with anyone that a similar vision that want to come on board to help enhance the move, the work of God. Because this is not a Gallimore thing, it's a kingdom thing. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why everybody's going to be involved. I'm talking to Kevin Downswell for the next one, and just to give out a little hint, and a couple more names I'm going to be adding.
Right.
For gospel to the world. So we're becoming bigger and better every time. I have another international I'm in dialogue with. I'm not letting out the names as yet until, but as I said, confirm, I said I'm talking to him to see, how we can, how I can involve him also as a part of the project. Artists calling me all over that, want to be a part. Nice. I'm putting together a series of shows that we're going to carry to the state and, dominate this area. We want to reach the world, so people who are not here and would like to be here, we're going to send you a list of the channels where you can go and, with the streaming, you can go on to watch it live. We're not going to be selling any pay-per-view or anything. We're just going to do, free streaming live on TV, with you guys.
Excellent, man. Well, you have quite a select cast there of, I would say, heavy hitters, Now, these guys, they are legendary in their own ways, and they all contribute to this thing we call the gospel dancehall. So it is going to be a very powerful night, a very impactful evening. And we're very excited for it. I want to say, thanks to you for the vision, of course, that God would have built it in you, and you're really pushing forward and making this a reality. This is something that a lot of people have been waiting on. The COVID situation would have had, the entire world on lockdown for some time. Yeah. And this event is kind of like just refreshing the whole movement of that gospel dancehall to the streets again. Yes. So as we're about to wrap it up, is there anything else you'd like to share with our viewers just before we shut it down?
Well, as I said to you guys, just log on to Caribbean Gospel TV. We're going to be sending out the channels, the list of the channels that will be here then, and support the cause, by purchasing a ticket at Gospel to the World at eventbrite.com. It's our worthy cause. We're bringing the gospel to the four corners of the earth. We want people to hear how good Jesus Christ is. Everybody has to know. So we have to put in this work to at least the coming of Jesus Christ. You understand what I'm saying? So I just want everybody, man, woman, boy, and child, we want to support the work of Almighty God. That's all I have to say to you guys. So be there. Love you all. God bless.
Excellent, man. Just before I go, tell us how we can find your business though, because I know people might be interested in getting some cars out here in the Caribbean region, and I know you do shipping as well, right?
Yes, we do shipping also. My business is located in a place called Lake Park. It's in Florida. West Florida, West Palm Beach area. It's like Lake Park next to West Palm. It's still Palm Beach County. It's 950 Old Dixie Highway, and it's the same number 561-563-1969. Gallimore Motor Group.
Excellent. Well, blessings to you, my brother. Until we chat again, much blessings, and of course, much blessings on Gospel to the World. All right.
God bless you.
Thank you, man. God bless you. Well, that's the man, Mr. Gallimore. Of course, you can catch him this Sunday at the Palm Beach in Florida. It's all about gospel to the world. Yeah, man, it's going to be huge. All your favorite gospel dancehall artists are going to be gracing the stage. And of course, Gallimore with his very unique voice. Now, you're going to hear this man's voice live, all right? So don't miss it. It happens this Sunday at the Palm Beach in Florida. It's all about gospel to the world. And guess what? Caribbean Gospel TV is going to be taking you there live. That's right, we're going to take you there live. So make sure you keep it locked to Caribbean Gospel TV on our cable television channels online as well. All right, make sure you go to caribbeangospel.tv and make sure you get our mobile apps. All right, the apps are on Android, iOS, Roku TV, and Fire TV, and of course Android TV. All the devices. Make sure you search for Caribbean Gospel TV. It happens this Sunday, Gospel to the World. Until next time, I'm Marcus Romero, and you have been watching Inside the Industry. Have a great one. Keep it locked right here to Caribbean Gospel TV.
Marching out, when you hear the Christian soldiers speaking out, keep on your mouth, Keep on your mouth.
It's not over.
Kamar Gallimore Ministry presents Gospel to the World, featuring
I learned my lesson now. I learned my lesson now.
gospel greats like Papa Son, Prodigal Son, Minister Marion Hall, formerly Lady Song,
There's a room in my house reserved for Jesus. Hey.
Mr. Gallimore, Shepherd, Carrie Diamond, AG Icon, with MC Princess Nikki B. Gospel to the World, Sunday, August 14th. Doors open at 6 p.m. Showtime is at 7 p.m. at the Royal Palm Beach Cultural Center in Royal Palm Beach, Florida. Tickets are $40 pre-sold and $50 at the door. Purchase tickets online now. GospelToTheWorld.eventbrite.com. For more information, call 561-563-1969. Sponsored by Gallimore Motor Group,
Monarch Health Services, and Pocket Church.
Gospel to the World.
Caribbean Gospel TV, the official station for Gospel to the World.